Hey everybody, Wheelchair Gunfighter here. Just want to take a moment to talk about defensive tools. More precisely, I want to talk about flashlights. Flashlights are one of the biggest force multipliers that you can carry as a defensive tool. The gun obviously being the force, the knife, your fist, that's force. Force multiplier are what increases that, the effectiveness of whatever tool that you're using actually to apply the force. So, before we get into the actual application of the flashlight, let me say that the flashlight is one of the only things that you can carry that is actually proactive for self-protection. And what I mean by that is that you can walk out into a dimly lit parking lot and you can light up all the dark holes where someone might be hiding. And though you might, first of all, you're identifying your environment, you're making sure that you know what is out there and what's not. But what you're also doing, even if you didn't find that bad guy that's waiting for you, you are broadcasting to everyone that can see you that you are looking for them and you have the tools to do something if need be. And that kind of creates this sense of ambiguity. Well, if they have one tool, what other tools do they have? And of course, you should always carry other tools, handgun, knife, whatever. It's one of the only tools you can be proactive with. Now, we're going to get into the practical application of defensive use, but I want to talk about the different types of flashlights first. Now, in today's market, there are all kinds of, the market is flooded with small, high-powered tactical flashlights, and technology's come a long way. So battery power has gotten a lot better, and the output has gotten a lot more. Now, that being said, if you get a flashlight that's too powerful, you're going to start hindering yourself for certain applications like clearing a house or something like that, where you get a lot of wash out of the side. That wash bounces back on you, and you're either illuminating yourself or hurting your night vision. So you can have too much light. But most personal carry lights between the range of 100, 250 lumens, 200 lumens, somewhere in there, it's pretty much perfect for, at least for what we do. So just bear in mind that that's kind of what you're looking for. You don't want to have, it's perfectly fine to have a multi-function light as long as the high power function on that light is quickly and easily accessible, and it doesn't easily click on. It doesn't easily stay on if you hit it. Some of the lights that we use are the CRKT flashlights, and it has, if you want to call it a trigger pull, it has a long trigger pull. It takes a while before you get a permanent on. So you can switch it on, switch it off very quickly without accidentally leaving it on and possibly hindering your self-defense application. And I'll show you what we mean in a minute. So we like the CRKT lights. It has utility functions just by snapping in the cap, so you have lower lumen functions to just illuminate for everyday tasks, and you're not burning your battery as much. They're flat on the bottom, so you can use them as candles. They're just really cool, all-around general purpose lights for day-to-day carry. And the way that they're built is so that as you're drawing it out of your pocket, you don't accidentally have the utility function on. So very useful if you're looking for an all-purpose tool. And this might be, you might take into consideration that these might be a little expensive. Obviously, Surefire's considerably more expensive, but Surefire, you can pick a light that is specifically tailored to what you want it to do. You can have momentary on only, you can have dual function, you can have multi-functions. Pretty much you name it, Surefire makes it. They've just got a very large catalog now. So I carry a Surefire PX2 Fury Defender on my gun belt that I don't have with me right now. It's very high powered and it's single function. And the purpose for that is that it's a reactionary light if someone's coming up on me, even in a brightly lit environment. So it still elicits a flinch response if someone's hit in the eyes with it, even say at Walmart or outdoors if it's cloudy. So it still the range of opportunity to use it is a lot wider. Now, if you don't have the money for something like that, and this is kind of unique to the wheelchair because you only have so much pocket space. So whether it's CRKT has a couple different lights, but the wheelchair offers you some advantages in this case. You can carry more equipment if you look at my previous videos. You can put equipment on the chair, and it doesn't cost you a lot in space and weight. So you talk about something like one of these mag lights. This is a 2D battery mag light, LED, 135 lumens. It runs for 8 hours. You can adjust the head to for utility purposes, flat on the bottom. You can use it like a candle, and it's got a long trigger pull. That's what we call it for the button. So you don't accidentally click it on. You can it's also rather intuitive when you grip it around the middle. But you can attach this to the wheelchair. Right now I've got a duty belt style ring holster for it in the back of my chair. That works just fine for me. If you look on places like Amazon or anywhere online, you can find attachment accessories that go for, say, the roll cage of a Jeep for off-roading, and where you attach a flashlight to the roll cage of a Jeep or some other vehicle. Those can be modified easily to work on the wheelchair. So you can snap it to the front, side, or back of your wheelchair. You reach around, you grab it. The benefit of these, in addition to the obviously much longer battery life, is you have an improvised club if you need it. So it could also be an improvised weapon. So those are just some options. This is $20 at any hardware store or online. I mean, they're very cheap, they're very durable, and they have a lot of different functions. So, even something like this could work for that purpose. Okay, so that's different types of flashlights. Now, I want you to see what exactly it is that you're trying to do with those lights. All right. So, Will, can I get you, please? So there's a number of things that a light can enhance in these kind of self-defense situations. One, say Will's got a gun on me. If I feel the need that I need to go for this gun, it's a hard thing to accomplish, right? If I just go for it, and I can't get closer to it. So one of the things I can do is give him something else to think about for a second. So if we have a low light enough situation, and I can at least get something where he can't see what I'm doing, then that's the distance I need to cover from here to here. So getting back just that amount of distraction with the flashlight can be enough to enhance any technique that you're about to apply. The darker the environment, the longer that the effects of that light blast are going to last. His night vision is going to be temporarily destroyed. He's not going to be able to see. Now, for most able-bodied, self-defense-minded civilians, a shot like that is going to blind somebody enough to where they can run away. However, as I've addressed plenty of times before, that's not really an option here. So it gives you enough of a time gap to start applying some of your self-defense options. Now, another one of those things is it allows me to change the relationship. So yeah, I can start messing with stuff. I can do my techniques, but I can also change the tactical relationship advantage from his to my advantage. So that would mean if we remember getting off the X, where this is changing that relationship from straight on, where he has the advantage, to the flank. What this can also mean that I can change where he thinks what he thinks is going on. For him to attack me, he's got to time his attack with where I am exactly, and how close I am to him, and the angle from which he's attacking. This is changing the angle of his attack. I can also change the range of my attack. So if he takes a swing at me, I can somewhat move out of the way if I time it correctly. So if my situation calls for it, he takes a swing at me, this may give me enough, enhancing my movement with light, which would essentially stop him and freeze him in place. So he takes a swing at me, I make him stop, give him something else to think about, and now I can start to work. So ranging is just one aspect. Changing the range, you change the relationship, you begin to alter the physical aspects of the attack itself. But the light can enhance that in a low light environment. That's the whole point behind using the light for self-defense applications. It enhances what you're already doing. It applies distraction, and it can buy you time right when you need it the most, that critical moment as the attack is coming in.